Okay, so month and day of the month. So as you know from the time of the day, the o'clock, they're using the alternative reading, right? They're using the alternative reading. So for example, instead of 4 o'clock, we don't say yonji, we say yoji. But however, technically it should be shiji, right? Shi is the one that is the alternative reading, but for 4 it's a bit special. But for 7, right, instead of nana, we are using shichi for the o'clock. So shiji. Right, so same thing for the month, we are using the alternative reading. So in this case, April, which is the 4th month, of course it's not yogatsu, right? They are using the alternative reading instead of the special kind of reading. So August will be shigatsu. Right? So it's, for Japanese learner, it is often confused with yongatsu, which happens quite a lot, right? But I think people are still able to understand what you are trying to say. So it's totally okay if you use yongatsu. But of course, they will try to correct you. And if you realize they are wrong, then please try to correct yourself. But otherwise, it's normal to make that kind of mistake and people can still understand you. Same for 7th month, which is shichigatsu, right? Instead of nanagatsu. It's not nana, okay? So it's chigatsu. Then 9th month, so September, is actually kugatsu instead of kyugatsu, right? So kugatsu. So they're using the alternative reading. One reason why they don't use kyugatsu is because kyugatsu sounds like it sounds like the old Chinese New Year, the old New Year for the Japanese lah. So Chinese New Year, which is called Lunar New Year also, is called Kyushogatsu, right? That means it's the old New Year. So if we say Kyugatsu, some people might mistake it for what you mean is Chinese New Year, like Lunar New Year. So that's why they decided to use the alternative reading, Kugatsu. That's just one hypothesis lah. Okay, so please take note that the month, they are using the alternative reading. Then let's talk about the days, right? The day is the one that it will give the most people headache, right? So the 1st to the 10th, they are all not using any of the counting system at all. They're using a very new special one, right? So I want you to repeat after me. Tsuitachi. Tsuitachi. Okay, that means 1st of the month. For example, 1st May, then we say tsuitachi. Okay, next, 2日. 2日. 3日、4日、4日、5日、5日、6日、7日、7日、8日、8日、8日、9日、9日、9日、10日、10日。Right, so 1 to 10, as you can see, is totally different from what you have seen before. Like all of this, the prequel to it, the pre part is totally so different. It makes no sense to you at all, right? So no choice, we have to try to memorize this. I can tell you maybe 2, 3, 4 might be easy for you. Other than that, the rest is a bit hard to memorize lah. I can be very honest with you, for the first 6 years of my Japanese language, I didn't know how to say beyond 6. All I know is 1日、2日、3日、4日、5日. And then from 6 onwards, I just cannot remember already. So I avoid talking about dates with people. If I have to talk about dates, I'll just pull out my calendar and just show them. So that's how we can try to avoid saying dates. Right? Then next, we have 11. So 11 is back to the normal counting system. Remember, 11 is juichi, right? Juichi. And then we just need to put the day, right? The day in Japanese, we call it nichi. So it becomes juichi nichi, right? Repeat after me. Juichi nichi. Juichi nichi. Okay, and then we talk about 14. Okay, 14 is also kind of special. So, for example, if you look at the 4th day of the day, the 4th day of the month, right, is yokka. So 14, it will naturally be something yokka. So 14 means is 10, 4. So 14, but instead of 14, it will be 14. Right. For 24, right, same thing. We will not go for 24 nichi. We will say 24. Right, 24. So 24th. Then for the 20th is also another special day. So yesterday I mentioned about the age 20 being special, right? Instead of saying 20歳, we say 20歳. Right, that's for the age 20. So for the 20th day, naturally it will be also a very special day for the Japanese people. Right? So we say 20日. Right? So please take note of all these special ones. Right? 14, 20, and 24th. The rest should be pretty easy for you. They are just literally counting. For example, 30 is Sanju, right? So Sanju just plus Nichi, it will mean 30th already, right? And then if you want to ask what day of the month, we will use nan-nichi, right? So nan-nichi is just asking what day, right? Nan is what, right? Remember? So what day? Okay, let's carry on with the next page, useful time expression 1. Okay, I just want to finish this page before we go back to lesson 3. Okay, useful time expression 1, just repeat after me. Ototoi. Ototoi. Right, kino. Kino. Kyo. Kyo. Ashita. Ashita. Asatte. Asatte. Mainichi. Mainichi. Right, so this mainichi, nichi is day. You already know nichi is day. So mai must be every. So every day. Right, so mainichi is every day. Then let's look at ototoi. Ototoi is basically 2 days before. Right, so in English we say the day before yesterday. Right, so in Japanese we will say ototoi, which means 2 days ago. Same for asatte, which is 2 days later. Right, so 2 days later will be asatte. Right, and then kino, kyo, ashita. This one you should know at the back of your head because these are very commonly used. Right, you always say today, tomorrow, yesterday, very often. Right, continue on to the next one. Ototoi no asa. So remember, what is asa? Asa is morning. Okay, you haven't talked about asa. But asa just simply means morning. Okay, asa is morning. So there is a ototoi no asa. So what is this no? Remember, I mentioned to you, no is simply A and B, right? A, no, B. That means B related to A. So in this case, it is the asa that is related to ototoi. So which means morning related to the day before. That means the morning, the day before. Right? Can understand, very simple, easy. Next, kino no asa. Then the special one will be kesa. So we don't really say kyo no asa. Right? Kyo is today. So we don't say kyo no asa. There is a short form for it. Instead, we say kesa. Right? Kesa. Then we also have a mai asa. So mai, just now I told you, is every already. Mai is like every. So asa is morning. That means every morning. Right? This is very straightforward. There's no special things here. Okay, next. Ototoi no hiru. Right? Hiru in this case will be afternoon. Right? It will just mean afternoon. So ototoi no hiru. That means the noon that belongs to 2 days ago. Right? Hiru. So hiru is afternoon. So afternoon belonging to 2 days ago. Right, then for today's afternoon, yes, this one we don't have a special name. We just have to say Kyo no hiru. Right, 今天的下午. Right, literally in Chinese is very similar. Next, the night one. So ototoi no ba. Ototoi no ba. So ototoi is 2 days ago, right? The night before last, 2 days ago. So the night that belongs to 2 days ago. That means 2 days ago the night lah. Okay, very straightforward. Then for tonight, there is a special way to say it. So we say konban. Konban. Right? That means tonight. And then we also have every night. So every night will be mai something, right? So mai ban. Since ban is night. Okay, so ban is actually like twilight, evening, late night. All are night. So we can use ban for everything. Okay, next will be our weeks. So weeks in Japanese we say shu, or shuu, shu. If you want to say 2 weeks ago, right? I mean, you can say 2 weeks ago literally in Japanese lah. But the best way to say it is sensenshu, right? Sen shu. So sen just simply means like 前前, like previous week. So it just means 2 weeks ago lah. Okay, so it just means 2 week, like previous week, so 2 weeks ago lah. Okay, it's okay to. Oh, just up to this one only. Just up to this one only. There's no too much stacking up for this also. Right, so sen shu is the max already. We don't have a sen shu. Right, so the one you have to go to like we have to refer to like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. You have to give a number already. Right, so you can use sen shu only up to 2 weeks. Alright, then the week before, sen shu. Right, in Chinese we say 前周. Right, so the week before, 前周. Right, and this week is 今週. That means this week. Right, next week will be 来週. Next week will be 再来週. Right, 再来 is like 再来周. So that means like one more week lah. Okay, the week again, the week after. Okay lah. Next, we also have this Sensei getsu. Right, Sensei getsu. Yeah. So getsu is month. But however, just now we learned the month is gatsu. Remember? Like 1月, 2月, 3月. How come here it's not gatsu but getsu? Okay, so gatsu is just simply for calendar month. Getsu is referring to arbitrary month. Like it can be any month. Right? So getsu is the right way to refer to month. Then you look at every month. We don't say my getsu, right? So every month has a very special name. We don't say my getsu. We say my tsuki, right? So my tsuki. I mean this month kanji it means moon. So moon is actually tsuki. So I don't know why, but they want to say like every moon. So weird, right? My tsuki. It will mean every moon. But then again, it's Japanese language lah. I don't know what they're thinking sometimes when they are creating language. Right? They should just use like gatsu. Just reuse gatsu. Why do you need to come up with funny things like getsu and tsuki? Alright, so no choice, you have to memorize this. Right? Kongetsu will be this month. Okay, then we move on to the year. So for the year, last year, which means like 2 years ago, right? We will say ototoshi. So ototoshi means the year before last year. Right? Which means 2 years ago also lah. Then after there is kyonen and kotoshi. Then rainen and sarainen and mainen. Alright, so basically what they're trying to say here is that kyonen comes from the word kyo. It sounds like today, right? Right, remember today is kyo. But however, kyonen is not this year. So they like try to fool the beginner, the Japanese beginners. It's like people, when you say kyo, then people will think, oh, it's this year. But actually, no, it's last year. Alright, so please be very careful with this kyonen. Right, it's very, very tricky. A lot of Japanese learners, they will think that kyonen is actually this year. But it's actually last year. Then what is this year? This year is kotoshi. So kotoshi is also very hard to explain why it is such. But just memorize kotoshi. Then for next year, rainen, right? Sarainen. This one follow the normal, like the month and the week combination already follow the same. Only for this adult child. Sorry, not adult child. For this year and last year, right? It's different. Only for this year, last year, and the year before last. It's a little bit different. We don't say like sen or sennen, right? It sounds correct, but actually it doesn't mean anything. Alright, so it's a little bit special. Okay, so for the appendix, any questions? I know it's very complicated, and then you might be thinking, wow, I have to memorize so many things.
Yeah, it's just not memorizing.
Yeah, it's actually just by usage lah. The more you use, the more you will be able to retain them in your memory. Right, so no choice. But the homework, we have a lot of chance to try the ashita, kino, asate, ototoi. Right, so those try to do the homework. Okay, next let's go back to lesson 3. Before we continue, anybody needs a break? Okay, nobody. Okay, so we finished the vocabulary list yesterday. Any questions about it? No questions about the vocabulary? Okay, very good. Okay, lesson 3. Identifying a place. Right, number 1. 教室はここです。So 教室 is our main character in this sentence. Remember there's a は, right? So は says that everything in front of it will be the main character, will be the subject of this sentence. Right? So 教室 is our main character. So what about this 教室? ここです. That means ここです simply means here this. Right? So classroom is here. Right? So the translation literally is classroom is here. Example 1. お手洗いはここです。お手洗いはここです。So toilet is here this. Right? Literally toilet is here this. 受付 number 2. 受付はそこです。受付はそこです。So receptionist is over there. Right? Over there. 駅はそこです。So そこ is outside, right? Yeah, そこ is outside. So 受付 is receptionist. So this entire sentence is about the receptionist. Okay? So receptionist はそこです。Over there. So receptionist is over there. So that's what they're trying to say here. Okay, let's look at the new question word number 6. 事務所はどこですか? So 事務所はどこですか? So we have learned this question, this way of asking question, right? Remember? Previously we were what? None no. Previously was none no. But now is only none. Right? So how should you reply? 事務所 Oh what? So 事務所はどこですか? So 事務所 is our subject here. どこ is the question. Right? So 事務所はどこですか? So 事務所 is where ですか? So literally there's a 事務所 where? Question mark. So you can reply そこです. Right? そこです is over there. Then number 7. 郵便局はどこですか? So 郵便局 now is our new subject. So where is the post office? So あそこです. Right? It's over there. Right? So can we use そうです? No, そうです is like, it's like asking you where is this place, then you say yeah. So if I ask you where the MRT, yeah. Yeah, what? So where is it? Right, so we cannot say そうです to this question. Okay, it is very, it doesn't answer the question.
Your question here is it Asuko, right? I assume here it means that you are saying that it's a location that you cannot see. But you can use Asuko to point your things.
Yeah, so it's like you know where the general direction is. For example, the MRT is that side, right? So I'll say そこです. Right, you ask me where the MRT, over there. If you ask me where the toilet, I can say そこ or I can say そこです. Right? Probably そこ is better lah. Not say it's so far that I can't really see it. Although I can't see it, but I know it's somewhere just beside this room, so I will just say そこです. But this そこ distancing thing is it varies from people to people lah. For me, if I cannot see, I will say そこ already. そこ already. Okay, we move on to number 2.
So is this
Yes.
Do they really use this? If you are traveling, then you will ask for email. If you want to ask
See
where,
how
where's
you
the
want.
restaurant,
See how you want to be atas lah. If you go to atas place, you want to ask where is the 洗手间, where is the washroom, rather than ask people where the toilet. Toilet is like a bit low class word. Normal setting, eating setting washroom lah, because toilet doesn't sound very nice, right?
How to say washroom?
お手洗い.
お手洗い.
is washroom.
You say like that. I tried to say toilet. I mean they pointed me lah, but I'm not sure if it's correct.
Okay, both is okay. But however, if you know お手洗い, if you can use the word お手洗い, it will be more polite lah. Like it's more.
Is it overly formal?
No.
Everyday conversation.
No. It's like telling you 我去上厕所 versus 我去洗手间. Which one? How do you feel? It's just you feel that.
Asking the waitress where is the restaurant?
If you're in a restaurant setting, you work, especially the very high class restaurant.
No, high class.
Normal restaurant.
Normal one.
I think it's fine. I think it's fine. If you go high class, then you maybe want to use the お手洗い, right? Because you might have 气质 lah, must have a bit of atas to yourself lah.
They know I foreign.
They know you're foreigner, that's why you can use toilet there. But if you can, try to use お手洗い, because it sounds more pleasant also.
Then another question, sorry. Not here.
Yeah.
It's, you need to pay the bill. So you will go to the cashier counter. So you will say what? Akake, is it?
会計
Or kake or other.
会計
How do you say that? where do I pay the bill?
Okay,
If I for traveling I need to settle the bill.
can. So the word for paying is 开给. So 开给 means to 结账. Alright? Of course, if you want to be polite, you can put a お会計はどこですか? Alright, that is asking for where the payment counter is. Alright, お会計はどこですか? That is a very polite way. Okay?
I did check the ChatGPT during my travels. Then
会計
I tried to say this, then they seem to understand and pointed me.
Yeah, 会計 will be the mix. To 会計 will be the one to say to make payment. Okay, of course there's another way lah. I mean in Chinese we have so many ways to say we want to pay money. 我要买单，我要结账. There's so many ways, right? In Japan same things. お会計 is one of them. ご勘定 is also another one of them. ご勘定 means 我要买单. Yeah. So there's a lot of different way lah, but お会計 will be the most simplest one for Japanese learner right now. Okay. Okay, can ah. Okay. I wanted to say something but I forgot. But never mind. Okay, I can't remember, but never mind. Let's go on to number 2 first. Okay. 社長の部屋はこちらです. Alright, so we also learn this new one. So ここ、そこ、あそこ. Then now we learn こちら、そちら、あちら. So こちら, as I told you yesterday, like it means like this side or that side. Alright, こちら means this side. But however, in this case, it doesn't mean this side. It just means this way. Alright, it's like 这里. In Chinese, we say 这里. Right, ここ is 这边. Alright, then こちら will be 这里. Right, so it's like more way pointing. ここ is literally just say, oh, it's here. But こちら will means, oh, it's this way. It's this side. Right, it's over here. So it'll be more polite for you to waypoint or guide somebody by using the word こちら, そちら, and あちら. Right? So you can read number 1, they are more polite expression. Number 2, they are used when we cannot see the place. What they mean by we cannot see the place is, for example, it's behind a door. But you don't want to go in, you can allow the person to go in, like, oh, it's this door, like こちらです. Right? It's this way. Then number 3, used when we can show the direction. Number 4, they are more polite expressions of この人. So 人 is person, right? So it's like this person, that person, this person, that person. It's a little bit rude lah. So that's why I said yesterday, if you want to refer to your entire business, like for example, you have a business meeting and then on their side they have 5 people. You want to address all 5 together, maybe you want to use こちら or そちら. Right? Like こちらは my name, like this side, my name is blah 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 blah. Right? そちらはどなたですか? That means like on your side, who is it? That kind of thing. So こちら、そちら is widely used in business meetings because they are more polite than asking あなた、私. As well as they are also more polite to say that, oh, ここ、そこ. Right? So こちら、そちら is the more polite one. Can example number 1.
You can use interchangeably basically.
Not say interchangeably. ここ is like for 这 like 这边 like here. Right? Then for こちら is like this way, like this place. So こちら still has more how do I say it has more meaning than ここ. ここ literally just means 这里 like this place. Right? Instead of こちら has a lot more meaning. It can be like this way or this side, like your side of the conversation. So it has a lot more meanings. It's not really that interchangeably depending on the context. If the context is just literally like, oh, you're just introducing that this place is something, then you can use ここ or こちら. But if you want to use it in business meeting, I wouldn't say you can use ここ. Yeah. Okay, so and also if you want to say like this person, that person, this person, it's a bit rude to keep saying that person, this person, that person, because you don't know. It's like it shows that you don't know their name. So in order to mask that you don't know the name, you just say この人、こちら or そちら. It's to mask that you don't know their name, but you want to treat them with respect.
Do you think it's better to just use Kochira for everything instead of that? Just sounds like it's more flexible.
Can. You can use it for everything. Kochira can use it for everything. But still got some people will say Koko lah. Koko is more easier to say lah. It's more easy to say and more common to people use Koko. If they can use lah. Yes. Yeah, sure. Okay. Just hold on for a moment. Okay. I think for today's class, we might be able to end earlier. Tomorrow got work?
Yeah, of course.
Let me end earlier today. Okay, tomorrow we also try to end earlier. I think today my goal is to finish lesson 3 and lesson 4. Then tomorrow we talk about the homework and lesson 5. Let me just confirm the plan. Yeah, lor. So we try to finish lesson 3 and 4. Oh wait, we were supposed to finish lesson 3 yesterday. Oh, okay. So we'll finish lesson 3 and 4 today. Try to finish 5 as well. Okay. Example 1. トイレはこちらです。Right? Toilet is toilet literally lah. Okay, so this is a bit more less classy way to say toilet. Okay, so トイレはこちらです。So toilet is this way. Right? So こちら can also means here. Right? For example, you're just in front of it. こちらです。Like you're offering to somebody to enter the toilet. Okay, number 2. 国立博物館はそちらです。Right? So National Museum is over there. Number 3. 動物園はそちらです。Right, so zoo is over there. Right, number 4. 玄関はあちらです。Right, so front door is over there. Right, or that way. Okay, so basically, if you are hosting a party and you want to tell people where are stuff, we will normally use こちらそちら. Right? If you are just merely stating, oh, the classroom is here, then you just use ここ、そこ、あそこ is fine. Okay, new question word. Number 7. 美術館はどちらですか? Right? 美術館はどちらですか? So どちら is simply like asking people like which one. So usually the difference between どちら and どこ is simply どこ is like when you are far away, then you don't know where is the general direction of it. Then you ask どこですか? If you are just in front or nearby the place where you think you're nearby already, then you ask どちらですか? At least somebody can point you to the door. Like, oh, is this building here? Or is that building here? Because even if you're far away and then you ask どちらですか? People is like, what you want me say? It's there. So they cannot really like give you the exact direction or waypoint to the building. So どちら is more of use when we are nearer to the building. Right? Or rather maybe just in front of it. Like in front of you got 2 buildings, then you ask どちらですか? Like which building is it? Alright? So どちら. So どこ is more for far away. Okay? Then we look at the table below. The table we have actually summarized everything here. So for これ、この、ここ、こちら. Then of course we have one which is called こっち. So こっち is basically こちら but shortened, short form. Right? So it's not polite. It is mostly used for with people you are very familiar with. Right? こっちです、こっちです、こっち、こっち. Right? It's like こっち、こっち. It's like so rude, right? It's like 来。It's like a bit rude, right? So we try not to use こっち、そっち with people who you want to respect. Okay, we will use こちら、こちらです、こちら、こちら. Alright, that one is a bit more polite to use. Okay, next number 1. The below the table number 1. どれ or どの simply means which. Right? So どれ is, we will learn どれ again later, but basically どれ is when we have multiple selections. Okay, we have like 3 things we want to choose from. And then どれ, like which one do you want? Right? どれ is for 3 and above. Right? どの is also for 3 and above. Right? Usually they are for asking what you like, what thing is it. Right? Then we use どれ or どの. Okay, next. Number 3.
So if it's 2, which one do you use?
For 2?
If there's 2 items, then which one do you use?
The one will be どちら. Yeah. So, okay, it's very confusing, right? So, I think we will learn it again in a while, but basically どちら is like, well, there's only two items. So どちら For example, どちらが好きですか? Like which one do you like? Okay, どちら. So 2 items. If we have more than 2 items, then it's どれ. So you'll learn this in E2, the first few lessons, like how to use どれ and どちら for items, to choose items. Okay, so どちら is for 2 items, どれ is for more than 2 items. Okay, next number 3. 田中さんはお手洗いです. So this は particle tells us that 田中 is the subject. Right? So 田中さん is お手洗いです. So what is お手洗い again? Washroom, right? So the translation becomes 田中さん is washroom. Right? So in a way, like this is not the best way to say that this person is in the toilet, okay? Because it can be a little bit rude. You are saying that he is the toilet.
Yeah.
So how we want to say this is actually this sentence still work. Okay, it's like saying my house is Singapore. Okay, but are you trying to imply that your house is Singapore? Not really, right? It's like subtly you are still trying to say my house is like kind of located in Singapore.
Right. So there's no word for in.
Have. We will learn it again later. That's why I say this is a very bad example. The first example is a very bad one. Okay, but we can still use it. For example, example 1. 私の家は東京です. So, 私の家 is home, right? So, my home, right? My house は東京です. So, my house is Tokyo. This is okay, right? Sounds perfectly normal. Like, okay, your house is Tokyo. Yeah, what? Because you born in Tokyo or you live in Tokyo, what? So, your house is Tokyo. But however, if we say the one, the 田中さんはお手洗いです, it's like saying the guy is toilet. So it doesn't quite make sense in a way, right? So the best way to say that the person is in the toilet, we can actually use it. You can actually learn another grammar later. So I will say that this something des is usually for bigger object, for much bigger object. Right? For example, you're talking about geography. Like for example, the school is Singapore. Right? That means like people can tell that the school is in Singapore. Right? So it's not the best example, but we can still say for big objects. So number 2, 彼の会社は神奈川です. So his company is 神奈川です. Okay? Is it Kanagawa? No, but is it in Kanagawa? Yes. They are not trying to say that it is Kanagawa. Kanagawa is a prefecture. The company is not the prefecture, of course. But so to a person who doesn't know Japanese prefecture, oh, his company is the prefecture, okay. But then to the Japanese people, oh, his company is in this prefecture. So it's like you need to have the basic knowledge that, of course, you know that this person is not this. Maybe he's in this. You have to infer a little bit more from this particle. So I wouldn't say this is the best particle. This wouldn't be the best way to say somebody is at somewhere. Right? We will learn better ones later on. Okay, number 7. Kuko wa Changi desu. This one quite okay, right? Like airport is Changi. Literally Changi and airport, the name are like kind of together one. Whenever you think about Changi, it will be the airport. Whenever you think about airport, it will be Changi. So in a way, like this is okay. To say it like that is okay. Can no questions? Then I move on. Okay, new question word. あなたの会社は So あなた is you, right? So your company, right? あなたの is yours. So your company は is どこですか? So どこ is where. どちら is which one. Right? So the reason why we can use it so interchangeably is because maybe we are already in front of the company. So you can ask your friend, where is your company? Like in front of the 2 buildings. Like where is your company? Or どちら is your company. Right? Which one of the 2 is your company? So we can kind of phrase it like that. Then A1, you can reply ホーガンです or you can reply A2 日本電気です. So basically you can see when they ask like your company is どちらですか? どちら can refer to asking a physical location. It can also be referring to asking the name of the company. Right? It's like asking you your company is which company? Right? So your company, which company? So it's like, should I answer the location or should I answer the name of the company? It's very vague. It's a very vague way to ask.
So how do you invert?
Unless you if you want to know the name of the company, then you need to add 会社の名前. 名前 means name. So literally you have to specify the name. Okay, if you want to say like which one is your company, like in front, then you do the hand gesture. Which one is your company?
So it's anata no kaisha no.
Correct. あなたの会社の名前は何ですか? What is the name of your company? So there are better ways to ask lah. Okay. Yeah, number 8, notes for number 8 ね。あなたの会社の名前は何ですか? So that is asking, if you're specifically asking for only the name of company and not the location of the company, then you add the word 名前 will be better. Okay, next number 4. ここは郵便局です。Alright, so ここは is here, right? Here is 郵便局です。So 郵便局 is, can't remember, post office, thank you. So here is post office desk, literally. Easy, Okay, then after that, number 1. あそこは駅です。Alright, over there is station. Over there is station です。Number 2. こちらは先生の部屋です。So this way, right? こちら is this way. So this way is sensei's room です。Okay, any questions for number 4? Quite straightforward. Number 5. これは日本の車です。Remember this no, I told you in general it is just basically A no B means B related to A. So in this case, 日本の車. Kuruma that is related to Nihon. How is it related? We can't be sure, right? But basically, somewhat the car has relationship to Japan. It can be made in Japan. It can be sold in Japan. It can be assembled in Japan. That kind of thing. So there is no fixed meaning to what no is. Basically, it just means there is a connection. Okay, what connection? We need more information. Okay, next example. それはアメリカのテレビです。So there's a television. This is a Japanese American television. Number 2. あれは中国のラジオです。Right? So 中国のラジオ. So ラジオ that is related to 中国. But is it a China radio or is it a China-made radio? That one not very sure. You have to try to infer it yourself. Okay, it could be a radio playing China stuff, but we don't know. So you have to ask the person what is it. Like if they're supposed to say 中国のラジオ, then you have to like either you infer it yourself or you clarify like what exactly is it China. Okay, next number 4. 私の財布はシンガポールの財布です。So this one a bit confusing, right? So my wallet is Singapore wallet. This. Yeah. It's a bit weird, right? So 私の財布はシンガポールの財布. So my wallet is Singapore's wallet. So it's like it's saying the wallet belongs to Singapore lah. So your wallet is also belong to Singapore wallet. Singapore is a person. So in a way like this no, it really like just doesn't really make sense lah. It just generally tells you that there's a connection. That's all.
Is there a better way to phrase this? Let's go higher, or is it just this is just the way that
My wallet is Singapore wallet, or my wallet is made in Singapore.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a way to say made in, but right now it's a higher level grammar lah. We don't learn it now. Okay, basically made in somewhere we'll learn it later. Okay, new question word. Alright, so where is doko? Doko. So where is doko? So これはどこの靴? So 哪里的鞋子? Right, so this このどこのis like 哪里的? Right, so where like this socks, right? 靴 this shoe 靴 belongs to doko, affiliated to doko. But what is doko? Doko is where? That means we don't know lah. That means you don't know where you got this Malaysia no 果物 from or Singapore no 財布 from. Okay, you have no way to find out where you get it from. Okay,
You also phrase it like この靴はどこ
この靴はどこの靴ですか? Isn't that the same?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just sounds better. No, you can write basically. You can just do that.
この財布は
This is これはどこの靴?
If you change it to この財布はシンガポールの財布で then how you gonna say it's mine?
No, it's like この靴は
Oh, sorry. この靴はどこのですか? Is it?
Yeah, どこのですか?
Can. Basically, kono and kore is interchangeable. Can. Okay. A1. Indonesia no kutsu desu. Right? Shoe from Indonesia. New Balance no kutsu desu. New Balance no kutsu desu. So, it's a shoe belonging to New Capsule. New Balance. So I'm talking about A2. New Balance no kutsu desu. So you're saying that this kutsu is somewhat affiliated to New Balance. So maybe it's the brand of New Balance. Or you can say you buy it at New Balance. Right? Can. Okay, number 6. これはどこの車ですか? So どこの車 related to どこ like car that is related to where. Right? So 車 related to どこ. So in this case we are saying like this car is where related to where, like connected to where. So when we say ドイツの車 so we are basically the question is not very specific. You can reply it as ドイツの車 which means a car from Germany, or Honda no kuruma desu, which means a car from the maker Honda. So it's very unclear what exactly this question is asking. Is it asking for the country that it's made in? Asking for the country that it's sold in? It's very unclear. So in this case, if we use kono, we can put in, if you are answering, you can either give either of it. If you use kono, you can probably add in more information. Right? For example, kono doitsu no kuruma wa something. Right? Next. Additional notes 2. Let's go to additional notes 2. これは next page additional notes 2 So これは日本の本です So 日本の本です So means 日本 is Japan, right? So the 日本 Japan の本です That means it's a book about Japan, or it can be a book written in Japan. Right? There's multiple meaning. We don't know what is the actual meaning. It can also be a book made in Japan. So that's why the translation below in the bracket is more than one. Because there are possibilities that this question might be asking about something else. Right? And then number 2. これは日本語の本です So 日本語 is Japanese language. Right? So Japanese language book. That means it's a book about Japanese language. Or it can be a book that's written in Japanese language. We don't know. Is it a book about Japanese language, or is it a book written in Japanese language? It's not very clear. This is why we have two answers. これは日本人の本です Alright, so 日本人 means the nationality, the person. Alright, so 日本人の本 So Japanese people buy stuff, maybe it's free lah. But when it is Japanese people, then I'm saying the hon related to the Nihonjin. So it's the hon that is related to the people. So it can be about the people, or it can be a belonging of the people. Right? So that's why there is a two explanation here. Okay. So far so good. I think I'm quite confusing with you guys. If you need to clarify, please clarify. Okay, then we move on to the summary. あなたは誰ですか? So I mentioned to you 誰 is a bit rude, right? So we will actually change it to どなた for the politeness, right? So あなたはどなたですか? Right? 田中です. Right? The reply will be 田中です. Number 2. あなたの名前は何ですか? So あなたの is your. So your name is 何ですか? 何 is what, right? So your name is what? Then you reply. Oh, there's another way to say it also. Or if you want to say お名前 is fine as well. The お is just the formality marker. It's just to make it more polite. Right? So お名前は何ですか is fine also. Then you can reply 田中です。あなたのおいくつあなたはおいくつですか? Right? So おいくつ is the more polite way to ask for age, right? Instead of 何歳.
Sorry, like number 2, right? Like
Yes.
For onamai, you don't have to say another onamai.
No. So お名前 O is usually at the front of the sentence. So if you say お名前 it's like 你贵姓 it's like already have the U inside already.
So let's assume that it's already
Whenever you say お something it's for the other party. Yeah. So you don't need to respect yourself. You don't need to like watashi no o tanjobi. You don't need to like o yourself. You're giving yourself respect for what? Right? So the o simply means it's for other people. The question is meant for other people. Okay? Next. Oikutsu. So the special age is 20 years old. So 20 years old is hatachi. Hatachi. Right? Number 4. Anata no kuni wa doko desu ka? Right? So doko is where. So your country is where? Question mark, literally. Okay, for number 4. So it's like your country is what? Then we can also say it in a more polite way, just like adding the word o in front of the kuni. So o kuni wa doko desu ka? Then Nihon desu, right? It is Japan. Okay, Number 5, anata no shigoto wa nan desu ka? So nan desu ka simply means what is it, right? What is it? So whatever in front of that, anata no shigoto. So your job, 你的工作, right? Your job. So your job is what? Right? Literally asking for what is your job. You can also say o shigoto is fine as well. So whenever you have a o, it's referring to it's implied that you're talking to other people, asking other people. That's why you give the polite marker. Right? So o tanjobi, o namae wa, o kuni, o shigoto, all these are referring to other people. You don't have to give yourself respect. Okay? Number 6. Anata no kaisha wa doko desu ka? Right? Your company, right? Anata no kaisha. So your company wa is doko desu ka? Where is it? Right? So literally they're asking where is your company? Where is your company? A says hougang desu, right? It's very easy. Something desu, you just finish the sentence already. Next. Anata no uchi wa doko desu ka? So that means like anata no uchi, your home. Your home wa? Your home is. So this, how do I mention this? Anata no kaisha, so your company is where? Literally. I'm talking about number 6. The company is where? Then you just reply hougang desu. Okay, number 7. Anata no kaisha no namae. So we talk about this just now, right? So literally we use no. So it's like the name that is related to the company that's related to you. So which means your company's name. So okay, number 8.
Sorry,
Yes.
Sorry, one question here, right? If I'm going to use O instead, right? So I would say O kaisha.
Oh no, kaisha we don't put o. O is for like names, for job. O namae, o shigoto, o ikutsu. We don't add it in front of like o kaisha. We doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense to put it in front of the company. You see.
What? O namae no kaisha.
Kaisha no o namae is okay. But I told you o namae should be the start of the sentence, right? So in this case, you need to specify that you're talking about the company. So you just say kaisha no o namae. So you don't need to be polite to the company, but you must be polite to the name of the company. Or rather, the politeness is actually directed to the person who is answering your question, like your company's name. Right? So we use o namae rather than o kaisha. There's no o kaisha. Right? Kaisha no o namae wa nan desu ka? Then like in this case we don't need to write the anata anymore. Okay, number 8. Anata no uchi wa doko desu ka? So anata no uchi is home, right? So your home is doko, is where? Your home is where desu ka? Okay? So if you want to be more polite, you can also say o uchi, which means your home. Right? That means you put the word o in front of uchi. Uchi is home. So you want to be polite about somebody's home. O uchi wa doko desu ka? Right? So that one is possible as well. Number 9. Anata no denwa bango wa nanban desu ka? So they square bracket the bango because nanban is already what number? So it's like in Chinese we're going to ask you duplicate. It's like 你的电话号码是几号? It's like 号码 already still 几号? So the person already know that you're asking about number already. So in this case, we will say that bango is optional because we're going to ask like what number. It's like saying your phone number is what number. So you're repeating the word number twice. So we can omit the first one. It's like your phone what number? It's okay also. Okay, then you reply the number. Number 10. あなたの携帯は何番ですか? So 携帯番号 is phone number. Yes.
But for the numbers, right, if you are saying for a phone number, do you also say like the thousands and those things?
No. How would you say in English?
Yeah, so I'm
Yeah lah,
trying to
same
say, I just don't know if it's
Same. You wouldn't be like, 20 million, 23 million, 670k.
Okay.
No, right? You wouldn't say this.
Okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't say so, right? You would just say, 65666.
I'm not sure of the context in Japanese.
Say, in Japanese, you will just say the number. So, for example, in this case, right, is 6282, right? So, 6282, 6282, right? So, literally just say the numbers only. We don't need to say like what 1 million, 2 million, that kind of thing. Or 100,000, 10,000. Don't need. Yeah. Okay, then we move on to number 10. Basically, あなたの携帯 then you don't need to say 電話の番号 because 電話 is phone, 携帯 is handheld. So when you say 携帯, people already know you're talking about handheld phone. So 携帯 can just say 携帯は何番ですか? So your handheld is what numbers? Easy and short. Alright. Next, number 11. この新聞とパンはいくらですか? So yesterday we were learning about と right? と inside our vocabulary list. So now we learned it here. と simply means we add two things of the same category together. For it, it's like an and in English. For example, A and B. A と B. So it's like and. We use it like an English and. Yeah, exactly the same. A and B. A と B. Okay? And then いくら. Ikura means how much money. It is ikura can only be used for money. Right? If you want to ask how much money, we can only use ikura. We cannot use like, for example, how heavy. We don't say ikura desu ka. Right? Ikura is usually meant for money only. Okay. Then in the answer 11A, 新聞は1ドルです。Then full stop. そしてそのパンは2ドルです。So what they are doing here is like the English equivalent of and then. So I'm telling you like, oh, the newspaper is $1 and then the bread is $2. So the word そして here is not and, but more of a and then. It's more of a sentence conjunction. It carries on to the next sentence. It's more like an and then. So, oh, the bread is $1 and then the newspaper is $2. That kind of thing. Right? So this is how we use そして. So you must take note that it's actually two separate sentences when you learn そして. So the first sentence, say finish already, full stop. Then if you still have things you want to talk about similar things or you still have things to add on, then you use そして. Right? そして then comma, パンは2ドルです.
You want to add like three things together, so 新聞パン and maybe something like that.
You want to say like what?
You say to.
But you cannot say like you want okay now in this case you want to explain the price of the bread and the newspaper. It's different. Right? So we use そして to say that oh this is $1 and then this is $2. Right?
But if you're gonna ask a question.
Question is okay. But if you are stating replying then maybe you'll use そして it will be better. Question is okay. It's like 椅子と机とリンゴと車はいくらですか?
So it's like common in English and this is common.
It's like table and chair and apple and something. It's like just and all the way lah. It's possible. Alright, so it's like there's no limit to how many and you can use, but in English themselves, in English language themselves, we don't really use that much and, right? Maximum.
Use common, so common.
Oh, no. For Japanese they use to all the way. But of course there's more ways better to list things lah. There are better ways to list things. This is just one of them. Just think of to as just A to B. Maximum maybe.
You're gonna go to a restaurant and you're gonna order like 5 things.
There are other ways to say.
Okay.
Like to list things out. But anyway, to is okay also. Like これとそれとこれとあれも. Remember more? Yeah. Yeah. So don't really have to all the way lah. You can use more also. Right? Okay. Next, lesson 3 conversation. You want to need a break before this? Okay, we will take a short break before we start on lesson 3 conversation. You okay? I know it's a little bit too much things to understand. Usually we have a children class which they take things much slower. So if you're interested to change class to the children class, you can also discuss with the lady.
I don't think so.
Because this is a bit too fast. It's usually meant for like adults who are interested to chill. So if you think it's too hard for you, then you can feel free to go down to the lower level. But of course you can still continue to stay in my class, but after my class if you still don't understand, then maybe you can go down to the lower level. Join the children class. Right? So we'll talk more about the homework. The homework I will ask you questions. It will be your turn to talk. So for now I'm talking. So when we are going through the homework, it will be your turn to talk. I will keep quiet, then it will be your turn to talk. Right? So I need you to do the homework, okay? So tomorrow we are going through the homework for lesson 1 and 2. So I need you to try to finish it by tomorrow. Okay? Is it too rushed, this express class? Is it too much things to absorb?
It's not, it's just that like I don't think I have a lot of time to do the homework.
We just try lah. We just try our best.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean we have a few interim breaks here and there. Maybe there will be more time for you to do.
Yeah. Because like I always feel like I need to read also because like just a bit, also just to refresh.
Yeah.
As well.
Okay. I mean, if you feel uncomfortable with continuing to the next level, you can always join another like slower paced class like once a week. I think it's either you can join free of charge or just for a small fee. Yeah, that means you read like retake on E1. Okay.
It's okay. I think like with this book alone, I can probably just read through and get it. It's just that like I don't have the time. I don't know how.
Yeah. For E1 to for E1 class, lesson 1 to lesson 10 is using this book. It's a little bit more customized. So it's a little bit more easier for learners to understand. But however, when we go on to the E2 is using a more structured textbook. But the structured textbook is a little bit more like chunky, like a lot more text and a lot more understanding to do. So the one, if we do express class, might need to put in more effort. Because this one, they water down everything. They try to remove the confusing part. They try to remove some of the things. Of course, there are some students that may ask like, So how to say this, how to say that. But that one is like higher grammar lah. Yeah, but in the textbook they might say like, oh actually this is how you can say this. But then those are not required at this moment. So then we move on. Personally, I've taught a few class so far and I have my own rendition of what I want to have in the textbook lah. But I got no time to get to write my own textbook. Slowly.
Oh, so this is not yours again?
No, this is by a sensei called Nakai Sensei.
Okay.
He's still teaching.
Because some of the context I thought might be you. Whoever wrote.
A bit old also, yeah. For example, the word fountain pen. Nobody uses fountain pen nowadays. Instead, I think they should put in ball pen, like ball pen instead. Ball pen. Yeah, that one will be more modern. Then also got one more thing is later you will see there will be a tape recorder. Who the hell uses a tape recorder now?
Yeah, 1990s.
Yeah, so I feel that this book is a bit outdated. They should start to update this book. So I'm interested to have my own. A bit for more modern stuff. Yeah. Well, but I don't have time to get about it. That's the problem.
I mean, you got a day job also, right?
Yeah, my company closed since last Friday, so I have 2 weeks of nothing to do.
I see.
Yeah, so I just open an express class. But I personally think it's hard to even find students because not everybody company is closed for 2 weeks long.
Yeah, mine is working from home. So.
Yeah, so I was quite lucky. I'm lucky in a way. Yeah.
But since you have off, you don't plan to travel.
I have time to travel. In fact, I've been traveling every month so far. So what I do is I just reschedule some of the class or I cancel some of the class and I just go on. Usually it's a weekend trip lah. I just do a short weekend trip. The long trips are maybe like twice a year. That's all.
Yeah. A weekend trip to Japan as well.
I do. So I'm going to Japan like 4th to 8th February. So amongst that 4 days, 2 of the day will be like work from hotel.
So sorry?
Work from hotel.
Okay.
So I book the hotel just to work there. Cause my work can do remotely technically lah. So my anchor days in office are Tuesday and Wednesdays. Thursday and Friday I'm usually at home. So I asked my supervisor if I can go. Then he's like, go lah, okay lor, work from Japan lor. So I like okay lor. But anyway, February is still cold, and primarily I want to be there so that I can have more chances to eat, like more meal times. So I don't mind working from hotel. At the same time, the hotel have onsen also, so I can enjoy after the work lah. Although I mean in Singapore, our house is like paid for. I go there, I pay extra. But if you think about the extra money, is for the rejuvenation. You're paying for the rejuvenation. You're also paying for the opportunity to be able to eat like wagyu, real wagyu there or ramen there. I think it's well paid for lah.
For you, it's the food lah.
Yeah, I miss the food lah. Yeah. Singapore cannot find equivalent food. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about the lesson 3 conversation. So this is how we can ask about directions and also how to understand somebody answering you about directions. Okay, so it's between two person, Lim and a stranger. Okay, I will go first. I will explain line by line. So Lim says, "Ano, sumimasen." So ano is just a filler lah. It's like right? Sorry, right? Excuse me, right? Yubin kyoku wa dochira desu ka? So I mentioned to you, dochira means we are already nearby the place, right? We're just asking, clarifying which building. So yes, the person is already there. So it's like, post office is which one? Right, which building? Post office is which building? S says, Yubin kyoku desu ka? Right, Yubin kyoku desu ka? So literally this is like, post office ah? Right? So just clarifying, right? Eto is also a filler, right? Ano biru no mukou desu. Right, so ano is that, right? Somewhere far from you. So that biru. So biru is not beer, it's building. Right, so it comes from the word birudo, building, right? Birudo. So they just cut short and say biru.
Beer.
Okay, beer is biru, biiru. Biru means building. Beer is biru. So biru and biru is two different things. And he was asking what is beer. So beer is biiru. So it's a long I sound. This one only have one I. So yeah, maybe you want to be careful. Don't ask people where is the beer. Okay, so ano biru no mukou desu. So mukou simply means beyond, right? So beyond. So in Chinese you will say like 那座的 like beyond. beyond Chinese what? 后方 or something. Okay, so simply means that whatever you're looking for will be beyond that building. Beyond this building that we're looking at. Okay, L says, so desu ka. So desu ka is okay, you know what is so desu, right? So desu is like, yes, that's right. So ka is a question, right? So it's like, that's right. So yeah, this person becomes asked back the question. It's like, to you it sounds like he's asking back the question, but it's not lah. So
Is it?
yeah, it's like, so yeah, it's like, actually he's trying to say, is that right? Right, so it's like he is uncertain himself, but he's just like, is it? Yeah, in simplicity it's just, is it? Okay, ato. So this ato is not a filler, it is just saying, 还有. It's like also so it's like trying to add on more question. So ato is like also it's like 还有 like also.
But how is that different?
More? No, so you don't use more at the start of the sentence, right?
Oh, I see.
Right, it's like 也 is more, right? Like I told you in Chinese, 也 is more, but we don't use 也 at the start, right? So we say 还有 so it's like you have something more to ask, right? Additionally, something like that. Okay, so ato, right? Ato, so it's like one more thing, it's like 还有东西. And then he says 銀行と図書館, right? This と as we mentioned earlier on, it means and, right? So basically bank and library. So bank and library はどこですか? So these two things, where are they? Right, you can essay right, this is a filler. It's like 銀行は right, bank is 郵便局の隣ですね. So 銀行 bank is 郵便局の隣. So 郵便局 is post office, right? 隣 is beside. So beside in Chinese we say 旁边. So literally the sentence means 邮局的旁边, right? So it's like beside the post office. So bank is beside the post office. So far okay, Next, そして, right? そして just now we learned, right? It means and then. So it's like そして図書館は郵便局の前です. So 前 is front. So it simply means this library is in front of the post office. Right, so you can see the wa particle everywhere, right? Wa. So basically wa simply tells you that is our main character for this line, the subject for this sentence. So the subject is in front of this thing, in front of this object, right? Yubin Kyoku is our object. Right, last, demo. So demo, yesterday I think I told you all, it means but, right? So but 図書館は今日休みですよ. Right? So 図書館 library は今日 is today. Remember that's time we talk about it, the appendix. So 今日 is today. So 休み simply means rest day lah, okay? So 図書館は今日休みです. So this line, what do you understand? Library is today rest desk. So basically today is rest day for library lah. Then there's a yo. So what does the yo behind signifies? So in Singlish we have all the le, lo, la, me, right? So this yo is like telling people it's closed le. So it's like a le, you know? It's like the library today is closed le. So it's like telling people that information that you are very sure. Right? So this yo is like it's like yasumi desu yo. So it's like telling today is closed le. Right? So it's like telling people, I'm very sure it's closed. So I'm telling you now it's closed.
This yasumi is the same as yasumi.
Yasumi is just polite way to tell people to go to sleep.
Okay.
Right? So yasumi is rest lah, technically. By itself is rest.
But it's the same.
It's the same. It's the same. Okay. Then L says, so desu ka. Alright, so desu ka. So he say back the same thing. Oh, is it? Alright, so he talks to the person. Then after that he says, tonikaku. Right? Tonikaku means anyways. Right? It's like anyways, right? Tonikaku. Anyways, どうもありがとうございます. This one you all know already, Just means thank you very much. So anyway, thank you very much. Right? So everything okay, the translation? Okay, let's have 2 persons to practice reading this passage. Any two want to volunteer?
Sorry,
Yes.
one more thing. I was just on the second sentence, right?
Yes.
Ano biru no muko desu.
Ano
So
biru,
it says
yeah.
like,
That
the
building.
building is beyond it. It's like you cannot
Okay.
see it.
Anobiru. So Anobiru is that building, right? That building.
Uh,
So that building no muko. So that building that you are looking at it with me, the home end, the beyond that.
okay, beyond that, behind that.
Yeah, so beyond that building that I'm pointing to you right now. Okay, any 2 person want to try?
Same sentence,
Hmm?
Same one, is it?
Yes, the passage.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, maybe you can have Lim. And then anybody want to be a stranger? Stranger, okay. Now let's start with Lim.
すみません。郵便局はどちらですか？
郵便局ですか？ビルの向こうです。
そうですか。あと、銀行と図書館はどこですか？
銀行は予備旅館の隣ですね。そうして、図書館は郵便局の
前。
前です。でも、図書館は今日休みですよ。
そうですか。とにかくどうもありがとうございます。
Okay. I think the pronunciation is okay, just that the intonation is a little bit off. Doesn't sound very native. Okay, I will just say the entire passage one more time. You just listen to the intonation lah. Okay, すみません。郵便局はどちらですか？郵便局ですか？あのビールの向こうです。そうですか。あと、金庫と図書館はどこですか？銀行は郵便局の隣ですね。そして図書館は郵便局の前です。でも図書館は今日休みですよ。そうですか。とにかくどうもありがとうございます。Right, so there are pauses here and there. If you realize I actually pause at some places. This is, I wouldn't say you all need to memorize like how the intonation is like or how the pauses are like, but this is how a normal, like where Japanese people will choose to pause their sentence and where to speed up and when to slow down. Yeah.
I realize without the particle, is it?
Yes. Like you say one chunk, then before the particle, then you pause a bit, then you continue the next chunk. Very good. Yeah.
Because I noticed
after,
right?
Right? 郵便局は then after that I will pause. Then I'll say どちらですか? Yeah. あのビールの向こうです. Yeah. So I will like pause there lah. So I will pause after the particle. Yeah. Then I think 郵便局 a bit hard to pronounce for some of the learners. The way you say 郵便局 or something. 郵便局 is 郵便局. Right. The intonation is 郵便局. 郵便局. Yeah. It's you. Okay, you also said you, but it's like you all said you or something. It sounded a bit weird lah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, the passage is okay. Then we go down to the notes for conversation. Let's look at number 5. Okay, so number 5, bracket A, no, my. So something not my simply means my is related to A. So which means in front of A lah. Okay, and then ushiro is behind. Right, ushiro is behind. Migi is right side. Right, on the right. Hidari is on the left. Then we have tonari, which is like next to or beside. For beside, there's a better way to say beside lah, but let's think of it as beside for now. But it's just literally next to. Okay, chikaku means near, nearby. Right. So for beside is there's another word called sobani. So that one is really like beside. But anyways, S-O-B-A.
Like soba noodles.
A no soba. The one is literally beside, like sticking the kind. That one is really beside. Next two is like there can be a gap. Yeah. So that's next two. Okay. Okay, if we are okay, we continue on to the next part, lesson 4 vocabulary. That will be the end of lesson 3. Yeah. It's okay if you feel like you don't understand the full thing. You will only realize the full thing after we try the homework. Then you know where you'll make the most mistakes. Then you'll be able to understand why you made a mistake and how you can actually prevent a mistake. Right? That's why the homework is important. Okay, so we try to do the homework by tomorrow for lesson 1 and 2. Then 3 will be next week. Okay, lesson 4, vocabulary. Repeat after me. You just take a break first. Drink a sip of water. Okay, repeat after me. Ringo. Ringo. Remember, it's not R sound, it's L sound, right? Ringo. Ichigo. Ichigo. Banana. Banana. Coffee. Coffee. 牛乳。牛乳。カレー。カレー。クッキー。クッキー。食べ物。食べ物。飲み物。飲み物。料理。料理。書類。書類。漫画。漫画。荷物。荷物。シャツ。シャツ。試験。試験。問題。問題。もの。もの。山。山。町。町。道。道。ところ。ところ。桜。桜。富士山。富士山。Right, it's not F sound, right? It's H sound, 富士山。Next, 天気。天気。雪。雪。春。春。夏。夏。秋。秋。冬。冬。Next page. 季節。季節。カラス。カラス。犬。犬。タコ。タコ。今。今。今日。今日。明日。明日。暑い。暑い。寒い。寒い。冷たい。冷たい。暖かい。暖かい。涼しい。涼しい。大きい。大きい。小さい。小さい。いい。良い。悪い。悪い。高い。高い。安い。安い。低い。低い。新しい。新しい。古い。古い。重い。重い。軽い。軽い。難しい。難しい。優しい。優しい。辛い。辛い。甘い。甘い。広い。広い。狭い。狭い。楽しい。楽しい。面白い。面白い。Right, so far you see everything also got I at the end, so that got reason one, later we'll talk about it. Next, かわいい、
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 おいしい、
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 醜い、
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 うるさい、
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 白い、
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 黒い、
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 赤い、
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 青い、青い、
青い、青い、
黄色い、黄色い。Okay, so this is all the i-adjective, e-adjective. Okay, I'll explain the purpose later. Next is the na-adjective. 元気な、
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 静かな、
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 親切な、
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 ハンサムな、
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 真面目な、
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 簡単な、
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 複雑な、複雑な、
複雑な、
複雑、
複雑、
複雑、複雑な、暇、暇、暇な、便利な、便利な、安全な、安全な、大切な、大切な、きれい、きれい、有名、有名な。Okay, so these are all the na-adjectives. Later I'll explain again. Okay, next we have our adverbs. So adverbs are basically things to describe the intensity of something. Okay, like very, very something. First one, 大変、大変、とても、とても、すごく、すごく、ちょっと、ちょっと、あまり、あまり、そんなに、そんなに、どう、どう。Next page. No more already, finished. Nice. Okay, so basically this chapter is all about adjectives. So adjectives are words to describe something, describe a noun. So for example, nouns are like car, like table, like chair, like person name, right? So we need to describe a person. So adjective, for example, you're saying is a nice person, right? Then we can say, oh, he's a nice person. How to say nice in Japanese, right? So in this case, nice is yasashi, right? So in Japanese, let's go on to the next page. Are you on the? We are on the grammar page, right? Lesson 4. Yeah, we're on this page. So basically, adjectives are words to describe something, right? So they say we need to memorize family 1, family 2. We haven't talked about family 2 yet, but never mind. I want to talk about it tomorrow. Okay, so basically, they have two kinds of adjectives. In English, we only have one adjective, like beautiful, pretty. These are normal adjectives, right? In Japanese, there are two adjectives, two types of adjective. One is called the na-adjective. One is called the i-adjective. So what are the difference is basically how we use them in a sentence. But other than that, they are both adjectives used to describe nouns. Okay, let's look at i-adjective first. So for i-adjective, right, この町は新しいです。So この町 means 町 means city, right, or town. So この町 means this town, right, this town. Then what, remember what particle means is. So this town is 新しいです。So 新しい is new. So you're literally saying that this town is new. Right? You're describing that this town is very new. Okay. Example 1. この時計は古いです。Right? So this clock is old. Number 2. シンガポールは楽しいです。Right? Singapore is very fun. Number 3. 子供は可愛いです。Right? So kids or children are very cute. Children are cute. Right? 可愛い。Number 7. 雪は冷たいです。雪は冷たいです。So snow is cold. Right? 冷たいです。I want to talk about this 冷たい because in the vocabulary list previously, right? If you look at Yeah, you see, samui is cold for air or weather. Tsumetai is cold for things. So how do we exactly use it? So, tsumetai is when you touch something and you think it is cold. Alright, cold to the touch. Then we use the word tsumetai. Right? That means, for example, you touch somebody's hand, wow, the person's hand is very tsumetai. Right? Then we say tsumetai. But if we talk about the weather, like, wow, Sapporo now is snowing, is it tsumetai? No. We say samui. So samui is for something that you think is cold or is reported as cold, but you are not there to physically touch it yourself. You're not there to feel it. Like, how do you touch the air? So basically, the air is cold. Doesn't mean that you touch the air and say that, oh, I can touch the cold air. So tsumetai is for things that you can touch. Samui is for things in general. Right? So can you say that that person is tsumetai? No, you can lah. When you touch the hands, you can say the hands are tsumetai. But if you say that he is tsumetai without touching him, and then he say that he is cold, right? Then you can say that he is samui. Right? That person is samui. That person is cold. Then I turn down the aircon. I turn up the aircon. Right? Then that is samui. But if you touch the person's hand, then you don't say that he is samui. You can say that his hands are tsumetai. Right? Because you already touch his hand, so you know it's tsumetai. Understand now the difference between samui and tsumetai? Okay, Next, number 9. Karasu wa kuroi desu. Right? Kuroi is a color. But we can also use the i-adjective to describe it. Right? Kuroi desu. Karasu wa kuroi desu. Number 10. Ichigo wa akai desu. Ichigo wa akai desu. So ichigo is strawberry. So strawberry is red. Very straightforward. Okay, number 2. I think this one the first one is very easy. Number 2 is the negative version. So just now was what we call the affirmative. That means it is true version. Now it is false. Okay, the false version. So just now we learned atsui. Atsui means hot. Right? Atsui means hot. But now I want to say the opposite. It is not hot. So how do we change it to not? Very easy. So basically we remove the I. For i-adjective we remove the I, the E, we remove the last one. Then we put in a kunai. So basically when we say atsu kunai, it simply means it is not hot. Right? So basically this is what we call the negative version. So we have the affirmative version, atsui. And then the negative version, atsu kunai. Right? That means it is not that thing. For example, it is not hot, then we say atsu kunai. Okay? Okay, now example 1. Kono heya wa hirokunai desu. So it came from the word hiroi. So hiroi just cancel away one I, and then we just change it to kunai. So hirokunai. Number 2. Yasashi. Right, yasashi, we remove one I, it becomes yasashi. Then we just add a kunai. So supposed to be yasashi-i. We take away one I, we change it to kunai. So yasashi kunai. Yes. So which means not easy. Okay, number 3. Kono.
Yasashi is nice.
Yes, very good. You caught that. So yeah, I wanted to say that, but I saw you flip to next page. I'll talk about it later. Okay, so yasashi is actually friendly, actually nice. But however, when we use it in for example, the verb here, the noun here is shiken, right? So shiken means examination. It means exam paper or test. So shiken means test. So when you say shiken wa yasashi, that means it means that the test went easy on you. Like the exam paper was easy on you. Like somebody give chance lah basically. So yasashi means easy or friendly. But the easy is not the kind of very easy, very simple, the kind of simple or easy meaning. Yasashi simply means it went easy. Like the exam paper was easy to you. It went very friendly to you. It was very friendly to you. You know all the answers to everything. So in the case, think of it as not easy like 简单 that kind. It's more like 友善, like it was nice to you. The exam paper was nice to you. Right, so that is, yeah. So there's another way to say easy. That is called kantan, right? We also learn kantan, right? Simple. So that one is more of simple, easy.
Why didn't you use that one?
Why don't we use that one?
Yeah.
Shiken wa kantan desu.
Yeah.
Okay, so the difference between saying the shiken is yasashi and the shiken is kantan. Kantan is when it is easy. Aiyo, the exam damn easy, yeah. Then yasashi is the exam went easy on me, yeah. Like it's just like you didn't study well, but then they give chance to you. Like they let you like solve a lot of questions. Yeah, so it's a subtle difference in meaning, very subtle.
But you can still use it.
You can still use it. Shiken wa kantan desu. But that one is na-adjective. Yeah, we will learn it in a while. Okay, so if you want to say the easy, then we use kantan. Right? If not, yasashi is only for exam. Okay, let's go on to the next page 4-5. Okay, number 3. この 4-5 number 3 この荷物は重くないです So 重くない come from the word 重い right? 重い means heavy, right? We just remove the e, just remove the I, right? And then we just put in a くない It becomes 重くない So it becomes not heavy. Okay, 重い is heavy, 重くない becomes not heavy. Okay, next one, number 4. 狭くないです Right, 狭くない So 狭い we change to 狭くない So not narrow. Okay, from narrow becomes not narrow. Okay, now number 5. 私の犬は醜くないです So it comes from the word 醜い So 醜い we only throw away the I. Then we put in a くない So it becomes 醜くない Right, so 醜くない 醜くない Right, it is not ugly. Number 6. この教室はうるさくないです So うるさい is the word here. うるさい it means that we are very noisy. うるさくない becomes not noisy. Okay. Then number 7. 青くないです So 青い is the color blue. 青い is the color blue. But when we change it to くない then it is not blue. Okay, 青くないです Then after that we have number 9. よくないです Then you look at the line below it. Notes for 9. The negative of いいです right, is よくないです Okay, there's no such thing called いくない So basically, you can say いいです or 良いです Both means, it is good. I'm fine, or it is nice. I'm fine, or it is good. But however, if you want to say the opposite, I am not good, we cannot say いくないです There's no such thing as いくない So we have to choose only 良い Then from 良い we change the I, remove the I, right? So it becomes 良くない Okay? Am I confusing you? No,
Need some time to process.
Yeah. Do you need the time now?
Okay, let's go ahead.
Number 9. このシャツは高いです So 高い means expensive, right? So this shirt is expensive. Then there's a car, right? It becomes a question. So this shirt is expensive, right? はい、高いです。いいえ、高くないです。高くないです。That means it's not expensive. Right? Number 11. 日本は今寒いですか Then the answer says はい、寒いです。いいえ、寒くないです。暖かいです。Now, notes for 10. So if you want to reply and say そうです or そうではありません, it is not very appropriate lah. So basically asking you whether this shirt is expensive, then you say そうです It's like, is this shirt expensive? Yeah. So it's a bit inappropriate lah. It's like you will be better to rephrase everything again. Right? So can only be used for noun. We can't really use it for adjective. Like for example, I ask you, 今寒いですか Then you say, はい、そうです So, I mean, to you it sounds okay. But actually so is only reserved only for a noun. We are just talking about the noun. So that question was only just adjective, there's no noun. So we cannot use so desu. We have to say samui desu or samuku nai desu. So you have to use the affirmative or negative version of the i-adjective. Can Then move on to number 3. So number 3, now we are putting the adjective in front of the noun. Previously we put it behind. For example, kono kuruma wa akai desu. Right? This car is red. But now I want to say this is a red car. Right? So the answer will be これは軽いカバンです。Right? 軽いカバンです。So remember 軽い is come from the word light. So 軽い, is there any change to the word? No, it's still the same 軽い. So one e at the end of the word. Right? 軽い. Okay, example. 富士山は高い山です。Right? 富士山は高い山です。So Fuji is tall mountain. Yes. So we're describing the mountain. We're putting the word tall in front of the mountain. Right? So we're describing the mountain. 彼は辛い料理。Sorry, 彼は辛い料理です。Yeah, curry. So curry is a spicy 料理。料理 means dish. So curry is a spicy dish. Right, so we are just putting the adjective in front of the noun. So in this case, the noun is 料理. Okay, so spicy dish, spicy food. Number 3, クッキーは辛い、クッキーは甘い食べ物です。So 食べ物, right, simply means 吃的东西, right? So when we say 甘い食べ物, just simply means sweet food. Okay, Next, number 7, 冬は寒い季節です。So 冬は winter is 寒い cold season です。Okay. Number 8, バナナは黄色い果物です。So banana is yellow fruits です。Any question about i-adjective? Very straightforward, right?
Why you not say samui no kisetsu?
寒いの季節。Oh, okay. So we can use 寒い季節, but autumn is not that cold. It's more of a cooling, right? So instead of saying cold, we use.
Yeah, this is winter, right? So it's fuyu wa samui kisetsu.
Yeah. Yeah, so 寒い季節 is correct, right?
What samui no kisetsu?
Oh, 寒いの季節. No, i-adjective we don't need to put no. The i-adjective, the characteristic is we can just put it behind the noun. We don't need to change anything or add anything.
For the I one, just
Yeah, don't need.
double I one.
Double I, with double I. We don't need to remove anything. So for i-adjective, you can see that they always keep the I. So it's literally just whatever we learn in the dictionary. Right? 寒い、冷たい、暑い、高い、
Samui is just one I.
Yeah, 寒い only one I.
But this is a single I, you can still use
Yes,
just
yes. We only remove the I when we make it into negative. So it becomes 寒くない. Right? 寒くない, no more I sound already, right? We don't hear the 寒いくない. So it's not 寒いくない, it's like just 寒くない. There's no more I sound. For negative, there's no more I sound. We remove the I. But when we use it behind the noun or we use it in front of the noun, we keep it as it is. We don't change anything. Okay? Maybe I just to recap, just to summarize this lah. So basically, right, this is the affirmative, this is the no, so this is the i-adjective. So for example, 暑い, right, just simply 暑い. Then 暑くない. Right, we just drop one I. Right, we drop this I. No more I already, right?
This one I did. I'm just referring to because
Put
usually
behind.
you say no, right? Samui no kisetsu.
Yeah, so in Chinese I know we say like 冷的国家 or 冷的时候, but in Japanese we don't need that.
You don't need that.
So it's like, but sometimes for example 美丽女孩, do we say 美丽的女孩? Right?
You do.
Sometimes we do lah, but
Yeah.
sometimes for some words lah, some selected words in Chinese we just say 美丽女孩.
So this is more experience.
便宜食物. Yeah, so for i-adjective we don't need to add anything. The one that we need to add something will be the next one, the na-adjective.
Okay.
Right? So okay, we just go through the adjective first. Okay, so now we are at na-adjective number 4. 彼は元気です。Right, so just now I made you say 元気な right? I made your in the dictionary, the vocabulary list, I made you all say the na out. But actually we don't really need the na until we put it in front of the noun. So we will talk about that in a while. Okay, for this one we put the adjective behind the noun. The noun in this case is 彼, right? He is our noun. So he is 元気です. So 元気 means healthy, means energetic, right? He is healthy. Right? So this one we remove the na, we don't put the na, we just literally put 元気 by itself. Right? We don't change anything. Example 1. 田中さんは静かです. Right? So 田中さん is quiet です. So we don't put the na. You don't see like 田中さんは静かなです. Right? We don't, right? So there is no like 静かなです. Right? Next. Number 2. 彼は親切です. Right? So 親切 means friendly. So we don't need to add anything. There's no like 親切なです or anything. Just the na-adjective by itself. Right? So 彼は親切です. Very simple. Number 3. シンガポールは綺麗です. Right? So 綺麗 is just by itself. There is no na or anything. And by the way, just because it ends with an I doesn't mean that it is an i-adjective. There are a few selected ones which still have an I behind. Right? So 綺麗 is one of them. Right? Next. 富士山は有名です. Right? 有名 as well ends with an I, but it's not an i-adjective. It's actually a na-adjective. Right? So same thing, we don't need to put any na behind. This is na-adjective. It's when we put it behind the noun, we just keep it as what it is supposed to be without the na. Okay? Then now we talk about the negative version. When on 日本語は簡単ではありません. So where did you see ではありません from? When we talk about that in the first lesson, right? The noun in the first lesson. So when we talk about the noun in the first lesson, right? So 学生ではありません, right? Not a student. It's not student. Same thing. So this na-adjective is very similar to a noun. It's kind of similar to a noun. So when we say 簡単ではありません, it means not easy, not simple. So yeah, basically you think of it as na-adjective acts like a noun. It acts like a noun. Okay, so noun ではありません, na-adjective ではありません. This is how we say the negative version. So there's no need to drop anything. There's no need, for example, 簡単. There's nothing to drop. You don't need to change anything. You just need to add ではありません behind. Alright? So number 1. このバスは便利ではありません. I mean, it is not very bendy. Number 2. handsome ではありません. Not handsome. Number 3. 暇じゃありません. Not free. Right? じゃありません is not, right? So not free. And then number 5. 富士山は有名ですか? はい、有名です. いいえ、有名ではありません. Right? So it's not famous. ここは安全ですか? 安全です. いいえ、安全じゃありません. It is not safe. Okay? Then let's move on to number 6. This is where it even acts like more like a na-adjective. Right? So for example, for noun, for example, 私の車. 車 is car, right? So my car, 我的车. So in this case, there's a na here already. This na acts like a no. It acts like a te. It acts like a no. Right? So this is where your argument just now came in. Like why don't need the te? Why don't need the no? Yeah. So for na-adjective, we don't use no. Instead, we put in the na. The na is the no already. Okay. So これは大切な書類. So 大切 means important. Means like something I care about, right? Important document. So 重要的文件 in a way, right? So for na-adjective, we need to put in a na before the noun. So when we are putting this adjective in front of the noun, make sure you have the na, right? So you can think of it as A not B, like A to B, right? So something belonging to something. So that means like this 書類 related to 大切. So it's like this document is related to importance. So that means it's an important document. Right? So you're describing the noun in this case. Okay? There's no need to remove anything. We just actually add in the word na. So add in the word na. Example 1. 日本はきれいな国です。So きれいな国です is like 美丽的国家，干净的国家。Right? So think of it as a noun. Think of it as a note. Number 2. 彼は親切な人です。So 很友善的人。Right? 親切な人。Very nice person. Number 3. 複雑な問題です。So 問題 means problem, means question. Okay? Problem or question. So 複雑な問題 that means like complicated problem. Okay? 复杂的问题。Right? So very straightforward. I will skip the 4. Let's go to a new question word. Number 5. 日本語はどうですか? Right? So どう is like how. It's like 怎样. Right? So 日本語はどうですか? So 日語は怎样? So how is Japanese language? So yeah, it's effectively you're asking how is the language, how is Japanese language. What about it that you like? Like how can you describe it? Right? So you're asking how is it. So in this case the reply can be 難しいですが面白いです。So what is this ga over here? This ga is actually a particle to show contrast. So for example, the first part can be bad, but the second part is good. Or the first part can be good, and then the second part can be bad.
It's a part now.
So this ga is like but, yes, it's to show contrast. So it's like saying it is difficult but interesting. Yeah. So it's like a but.
You know my next question, right?
Sorry?
You know my next question, right? Like your demo.
Oh, demo is like but lah. However, but use it at the front.
Or you use it in front of the sentence.
Yeah, we don't use it in the middle of the sentence. So yes, thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, so demo is more like however. Ga is more like a but. Yeah. So but you use it in the sentence. We don't really use it at the start. I mean English rule says that you cannot use but at the start of the sentence, so it's more like a ga in the middle lor. We don't use ga at the start of the sentence also, but you can use demo at the start of the sentence. So it's more like a however. Okay, next.
So demo cannot be used in the middle of a sentence.
Sorry?
Demo cannot be used in the middle of a sentence.
No, we usually use it at the start of the sentence, or rather two separate sentences. Start of the second sentences. Okay, number 6. シンガポールはどうですか? So シンガポールはどうですか? So Singapore is how. Basically how is Singapore lah. Okay, then you can say 綺麗です which means like very nice. そして安全です. So そして is and then, right? So it's like, oh, it is clean and then it is safe. Right, so this is like very easy lah. そして is easy. Okay. Next, we have new question word number 7. Right. シンガポールはどんな国ですか? So you can split this どんな into two, right? It's like どの plus な. It's like どの plus な. So どの if you recall, it was like このそのあのどの. So どの is like what? It's like how. It's like in a way it's like ど plus a な. So basically it's like how is it lah, basically in what kind of, in a way it's like asking what kind of. So Singapore is what kind of country? So this どんな question basically specifies that you need to reply with an adjective like what, how is it? How is the country? So just now we have どう, right? どうですか? どうですか is like how is it? どんな is also how is it, but it's more of a what kind than a how is it. Right? So for example, you can also say like what kind of country is Singapore? How is Singapore? So how is Singapore is more like asking your personal feeling about it. Like, I think it's clean. It's more like something that you have uncertainty about. But どんな国 is more like what kind of country. That one is more like a factual one. It's more like you read up and say, you read up on news and then they say the news say that this is like that. Yeah. So it's not really どうですか, it's more like a どんな. So どんな can be something that you never experienced before, but you read about it. So どう is more like something that you have personally experienced. Okay, then let's see. 面白い、そして小さい国です。Alright, so interesting and then small country. Right, so they use そして, so they're thinking that maybe 小さい is not so negative. It's not such a negative. It's not so bad about it, right? Then number 8 question. 本田さんはどんな人ですか? So Honda-san is what kind of person? desu ka? 真面目な人です。That means he is a serious person. So 真面目 is serious. I don't know why they say honest. Honest is not 真面目. 真面目 is like someone who is very on the ball, very uptight, very serious. Right, that is 真面目. Okay, number 7. Let's move on to number 7. So number 7, この時計は大変 or とても. So この時計は大変. So I mentioned to you earlier on, we are learning adverbs. So adverbs shows the intensity of something. Like to what extent is it something? Can be very, can be very, can be not so, can be a little bit, can be not at all. Right? So this is how we're going to describe our adjective. Like wow, very pretty, not so pretty, a little bit pretty, not so pretty, not at all pretty, not at all pretty. Right? So there is different ways to say this adjective intensity. So for example, 大変 and とても both means very. Right? For example, so you might be thinking, so what is the difference between とても and 大変? Can you just use interchangeably? Okay, 大変 has a very, not say very lah, has a little bit of negative intonation. So basically, 大変 as a word by itself, it means very sian. Okay, a word by like 大変 this, it literally means wow, damn shag, damn sian. Okay, so 大変. So when you use it to describe an adjective, like for example, 大変, 大変しんどい. しんどい means like wow, annoying. Okay, 大変しんどい, it just simply mean, it will just mean like wow, sibei sian. Alright, so in a way like it has a negative annotation to it. So on the other hand, for example, if you say とてもしんどい, it means like wow, very tiring. It's not so like negative.
Neutral.
Still neutral lah. The word しんどい just means like very tired, very sian. But you don't make it sound like it's so damn sian, right? So it's like saying, oh very tiring, instead of saying wow, sibei shag. You understand the difference in the intensity, right? Yeah. So that's the difference between 大変 and とても. 大変 will be like more of a, but we still use 大変 sometimes when we say like someone is very friendly. We say 大変優しい. So when you say 大変優しい, it means this person is very very friendly. Like wow, he's so nice. He's so nice for his own good. That kind of meaning. It's like too nice for his own good. Like he 他会被人家吃啦 that kind.
So it's not slightly negative, but it's more 不是 no emphasis on
like maybe it's too good in a way, like in a sense, like too good for like too good for, how do I say, like too good for the person's own good, or too something for the own for that thing's good.
Okay.
Yeah. So とても is a bit more neutral as you mentioned. It's literally just very with no negative or hidden meaning lah. 大変 will be more of a more stronger emphasis, but both 大変 and とても simply means very. Like the intensity is the same. It's just that 大変 is usually used for more sian stuff. Okay. But you still use 大変 for positive stuff also but when we use it for positive stuff, it will be like a bit more like wow, it's I can't believe it is so cheap, that kind of thing. Right? Okay, next. Example 1. 日本のものは, so もの means things. So things belonging to Japan. So 日本のものはとても高いです. So とても高い means very expensive. Okay? 高い has a few meaning. 高い can be expensive, can be high, as in high, can be tall also. So you need to know the context in order to know 高い is referring to which one. Right? So if you check the vocabulary list, 高い has 3 meanings. High, tall, and pricey. Yeah. Number 2. 彼女は大変親切な人です. So now this is where we use 大変. But then 親切 is a good thing, right? The person is very friendly. So 大変親切な人です. So it just simply means wow, this person is damn nice. It's like you want to emphasize that she's very nice for her own good. Usually people are not so good, but she's damn nice. Unusually like very nice. Okay? So 大変親切な人です. So you see the な人, right? So な, we're putting this adjective in front of the noun. Right? The noun is 人. So 親切な人. Then we put the adverb 大変 way in front of the adjective. Okay? It's like very beautiful person. same as English. The structure is the same as English. Very beautiful person. Alright, so 大変親切な人です。Next, number 3. この漫画はとても面白いです。So, this manga is very interesting. Okay, next, number 4. 日本語は大変難しいです。Right? 大変難しいは very difficult. Yeah, very difficult. Like, why is it made so difficult? That kind of meaning. Right? So, 大変難しいです。Okay? No questions for this one? Okay? Number 8. この時計はあんまり or そんなに both are the same. Okay? Interchangeably use them. So, あんまり高くないです。So, あんまり or そんなに simply means not so something. I mean, 没有这么 something, okay? Not so something. But however, we need to use the negative way to phrase it. For example, if it's not so expensive, then we say あんまり高くないです。Right? In Chinese, we say 没有这么贵. Right? We already have the 没有 in front, so it's like negative already. So same thing in Japanese, we have to use the negative way. Right? So あんまり高くないです。Right? Not so expensive です。Okay, we always use this with the negative. Example number 1. ここはあんまり静かではありません。Right? 静かではありません means not quiet. So あんまり just give us the meaning. Gives the meaning that it is quiet but not so quiet. Right? To a certain extent, it's a little bit noisier than normal but still very quiet. Alright, so this is not so. Next page, number 2. 日本はそんなに大きい国ではありません。Right? So そんなに is like not so 大きい。大きい is big, right? So it is not so big country. So it's not really a big country. Okay, number 3. 日本語はあんまり難しくないです。So not so difficult. Right? Japanese is not so difficult. Next, 今日はそんなに暑くないです。Right? そんなに暑くないです。So not so hot today. Not so hot. Right? Then the new question word. Just now we learned どんな. どんな is like what kind. But what kind? So what kind doesn't mean intensity. We cannot answer like とても or what. But however, if you want to ask about the intensity, the adverb, then we use this word called どのくらい. どのくらい. So どのくらい is a measurement of like to what extent. Right? To what intensity, to what extent. It can be very, can be not so, can be so, can be not at all. Right? I think we haven't learned not at all. I think very soon. Okay, so we use this word called どのくらい. So どのくらい simply means how, to what extent or how much. Okay? We will learn how to use どのくらい to ask for money, to ask for time, at lesson 10. So don't worry about it. どのくらい is very universal. It is the 多少 in Chinese. Like literally you can use 多少 anywhere also. But then you need to have the back part. For example, we want to say 多少钱. Before that we say 花多少钱 or what is cost in Chinese? Basically, like we need to add the word cost to どのくらい plus the verb cost in order to ask for how much money. You can understand? Yeah, so it's another way to ask like other than いくら. But we will learn that in the lesson 10. Okay? But どのくらい is very universal. Okay. Oh, finish already. Cannot be there. Okay, then in this case, maybe I'll talk about I think they will talk about it in a while, but I think it's good to also let you know. So, there is this word called zen. Alright? Zen simply means not at all. So just now we used the word amari, right? Amari or sonnani. Sonnani. So amari or sonnani. Sonnani. Right? This is not so something. So the thing is zen is not at all. It's like 根本就没有. Alright, so not at all. So we usually pair zen together with the negative form as well. So when we say like あんまり暑くない, right, not so hot, If you want to say it is not hot at all, zen zen atsuku nai desu. Right, so it's just literally the word zen zen just replace the word amari or sonani to make it like, oh, not hot at all. Okay, not even a little bit hot, right? Not hot at all. Then we also have if you want to say so is ma, right? So if you want to say it is so hot, like so hot, like hot so lor, so, then we say ma atsui desu. Ma atsui desu. Right? So this is like the hot is so. Right? Then we say ma atsui desu. That means it's like not so hot until I cannot tahan, neither it is not too cold until I don't like it. Yeah, so it's like okay, now that's nice. Right? So we say ma atsui desu. Okay? Then if the person is like ma friendly, then it's like ma shinsetsu desu. Ma yasashi desu. Like not too friendly, also not too rude. Yeah, something like that, ma desu. Okay? So we so is like ma. Right? This is so. Okay? And then we have the conversation 4. We finish this and then we can end the class. Okay, so this is about calling the phone. Do we need to take a break before this? Oh yeah, we'll finish this. Okay, so it's between two persons, Kimura-san and Tanaka-san. Okay. Then K call the phone. Moshi, Tanaka-san desu ka? Kimura-san desu. Oh, sorry, Kimura desu. Okay, the reason why we don't say Kimura-san desu, like you don't need to say, oh, I am Mr. Lee. You don't introduce yourself as Mr. Lee, right? You just say you are Lee. Sorry, so I shouldn't say Kimura-san desu. Okay, Moshi, Tanaka-san desu ka? Kimura desu. Alright, this one you all can understand, huh? Okay. He says, Kimura-san, お久しぶりですね. So this is just a filler. It's just like, oh, it's like, oh. Right? お久しぶりですね. This one, remember what is it? It's a long time no see, right? お久しぶりです. お久しぶりですね. お元気ですか? Alright, so this one you also know, right? お元気ですか? Alright, how are you? So I want to talk about something here, which is the net. So the net just now was in the previous conversation. I forgot to talk about it, right? Net simply is like it's like long time no see, right? So for example, I say 暑いですね. I tell you like 暑いですね. It's like hot, right? So it's like I feel hot. Do you feel hot? It's like that kind of thing. So net is like I feel that it has been a long time. Do you feel that it has been a long time? Yeah. So it's that kind of meaning lah. It's like in English we say right. It's like hot, right? Long time no see, right? Yeah. So it's something. It's like asking clarification from the other party. Okay, seeking clarification. Okay, next case says, hi, おかげさまで. Right? So basically he's trying to say, thanks to you. Thanks to you, I'm well lah. Okay? 最近 means 最近 means recently. Okay? Recently, 調子はどうですか? Right? 調子 simply means in Chinese characters, Japanese Chinese character, it means 调子. I know it doesn't make sense in Chinese, but 调子 simply means your body's the adjustment. Right? 調子 simply means like your body adjustment, like basically your body condition lah. Okay? So 調子はどうですか? So どう is like how, right? How is it, right? So your body adjustment is how. Basically means ask you how's the body lah. How are you coping? Okay? So 調子はどうですか? So how are you feeling? How is your body feeling? T replies, まあまあです. Alright, this is very soです. Alright, まあまあです. Kimura-san wa? So he never finished the sentence, but we all know that he's asking about his friend's body condition. He's asking back the question. Right? Kimura-san wa? 仕事はどうですか? Right? 仕事はどうですか? So just now was 調子はどうですか? So body is how is it? So now he's asking work is how is it? How is work? Right? Then K says, そうですね. Okay, this is そうですね. Just now I said this ne is like right, but in this case it's like not really right. It's more like about it. Yeah, it's like そうですね. It's like yeah, about it, about that. So it doesn't have the like right, that kind of right anymore. This そうですね is more like そうですね it's like yeah, actually yeah, it's kind of, the feeling is like actually yeah. It's like you're just saying to about that thing. It's just a filler also lah. Okay? とても忙しいです. So the word isogashi means busy. Alright, so totemo is very. So very busy desu. Very busy desu. Then K continues to say demo. Right, so this demo is but, right? Kyuryo. Kyuryo is salary. Okay, the allowance or the pay salary, allowance or payout. Okay, kyuryo wa ammari yokunai desu. Right? So ammari yokunai desu, what do you think of the sentence? Not so good. Right? Not so good desu. Okay. Then the next word, kara. Right? Ammari yokunai desu kara. So this kara simply means it is a new grammar that we are learning. It means it's like because lah. So it's like this kara is just to tell people the reason why something will happen. Okay, so let me just explain more. For example, we have A something 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 kara, then something 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 B. So it's like saying that because of A, that's why B happened. Okay, so A kara B. So A, that means because of A. Because of A, then that's why B happened. So in this case, you see, 給料はあまり良くないですから大変ですよ。So he's trying to say, because the salary is not good, that's why them sian. That's why them shag. So this kara is like, that's why. Okay, it's like to provide the reasoning for something. Provide the reason for something. Alright, so kara is like, that's why. So 大変ですよ, I told you 大変 is like, wow, damn sian. Right, then the yo is like leh, right? So 大変ですよ, so it's like, wow, damn shag leh. Damn sian leh. Right? So this guy is complaining already. So the salary not so good, that's why damn sian leh. Okay, next. He says, so desu ka. So desu ka. He's not saying like, so desu, like I agree. But he's saying like, oh, is it so? Right? So desu ka. It's like saying, oh, is it so? It's just a filler. It's like, oh, I see, that kind. Okay, it is just a filler. So desu ka. It's just a filler. Okay, next. Karada ni. Right? Karada means body. Okay, karada is body. Just now we have choshi. Choshi is condition. Karada is body. Okay, so body ni気をつけてください. So remember what's 気をつけて? From the greetings? Sorry? Stay safe, be careful, stay careful, right? Be careful. So 体に. So this ni is a particle that you will learn soon. So ni simply means like to your body. So like 気をつけて is pay attentive, right? Be attentive or pay attention or be careful, right? So be careful to your body. Right? 体に気をつけてください means be careful to your body. Pay more attention to your body. Be attentive to your body. Right? Then there's a ne. So it's like 体に気をつけてくださいね. It's like please be careful of your body, ho. Right? Please be careful of your body, okay? Right? He's just trying to like ask the person to be careful lah. Okay? So this ne is like ho. It's like be careful to your body, ho. Okay? Next. 仕事頑張ってください. So technically this guy, right, if he's below the other guy, right, he should say お仕事. Right? If he's below the other guy, he should tell him お仕事. Polite, right? The O is supposed to be polite, right? But in this case, maybe this guy is higher rank, so that's why he just go straight to 仕事. 仕事頑張ってください. So 頑張ってください, you learned before, right? The greetings. It's like please 加油, right? So work, please 加油. Okay? Next case says はいありがとうございます. That one very easy. じゃあ失礼します. So じゃあ is also another filler. It's like so. Was I saying so? So. Okay? So じゃあ is just like SO. It's just so. 失礼します. So 失礼 by itself means to be rude. します means to do something. So to do some rudeness. So what I mean by to do some rudeness means I'm going to do a rude action. Which in this case is to hang up on the phone. So that's why the person says sorry to be rude. Okay? So I'm going to be rude. Which means because he's going to hang up on the phone. Hang up is a very rude action to Japanese people. So that's why they will be like, oh, 失礼します. Like I will take my leave, I will 告退, I will like sorry to be rude, I need to hang up now. Okay? So that's why they say 失礼します. So 失礼 means 失礼. Right? In Chinese we say 失礼. So technically, yeah lah, you hang up on the phone is disrespect the other party lah, but you're telling him that you need to hang up, so that's why sorry for disrespecting. Right? So 失礼します. Then T says はい、じゃあまた. So the じゃ is the so, right? So it's like, oh yes, so see you again. Right? Oh yes, so again. Mata is again, right? If you remember the greetings, it means again. So yeah, so again. Yeah. Sorry? Yeah. Sure. We are about to be finished. Yeah. Any questions about the passage? Very clear, huh? I mean, there's more translation at the bottom of the page lah. So if you miss my translation, you can also review that one. That one is more of translating. I prefer to give like the direct translation of what each word means. But if you just want to know a rough gist of what they are talking about, then you'll be below lah. For me, I will go more in depth into what is it exactly they are saying. Like,
Yeah,
well,
that's right.
what is literal? What are they literally saying?
Yes.
Yeah. So for example, you say 失礼, you see the word 失礼します, and then they just translate to it's time to say goodbye. It's like, huh? So it does not exactly mean it's time to say goodbye. It means like I'm going to be rude to you. I'm going to hang up.
That's very important
Yeah.
because
The
you have to
nuances.
context as well, yeah.
Correct. The nuances are very important.
Sometimes if you can also like form sentences just because you understand like the exact like sentence, right?
Yeah.
What it actually
Yeah.
means.
So if you understand, you're wondering how come my translation is different from the one below, then yeah, it's because I'm giving you the literally what it means. Yeah.
You should actually
Yes.
include the hiragana beside the romanji. It's even harder to read romanji.
Yeah.
You read English, translate in Japanese.
Yeah. That's why
Or put side by side.
that's why it's easier to read with the kanji, the Chinese character. So it like you can read it faster also lah. Yeah.
Maybe kanji harder, but the hiragana beside the romanji.
Honestly, if I see a whole chunk of hiragana, I'm also scared. Because I don't know whether I'm reading correctly or not. Because the punctuation also. One is the punctuation, right? I know where to pause when I speak. So if everything is hiragana, then I don't know where to stop. Everything look like particle already. Yeah, so that's why that's one problem also. I prefer to have kanji in the passage. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can try practice this conversation. Anybody want to try? No. Okay. You can be Kimura and then Tanaka. Okay, let's go.
もしもし、田中さんですか？木村です。
Ah, Kimura-san. 久しぶりですね。
Very good.
お元気ですか？
Mm-hmm.
はい、おかげさまで。
Mm-hmm.
最近調子はどうですか？
まあまあです。木村さんは仕事はどうですか？
そうですね。とても忙しいです。でも、給料はあまり良くないですから大変ですよ。
Mm-hmm.
そうですか。体に気をつけてくださいね。仕事を頑張ってください。
はい、ありがとうございます。じゃあ、失礼します。
はい、じゃあまた。
Okay, very nice, very nice. Just a bit of intonation problem there, here and there lah. But I think it's okay. For example, moshi. I don't see the e sound. You don't hear the e sound, right? I don't say she. I just mosh. I don't say moshi, right? Mosh. So the e is actually silent in this case, lah. It's like mosh. I don't say moshi. There's not e sound, right? So it's just mosh. Right? Tanaka-san desu ka? Kimura-san desu. Kimura desu. Kimura-san, お久し. Yeah, the お久し was good. お久しぶりですね。お元気ですか? はい、おかげさまで。最近. I think the pronunciation for 最近 was a bit off just now as well. 最近. Right? Just now was like 最近 or something. It was a bit too high. So 最近. And then it's not. The 調子 was a bit off also. It's more like 調子. Right? It's not like 調子. I forgot how to pronounce, but it's 調子. So you have to drag the O sound. 調子はどうですか? Blah 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 blah. Then 給料 right? Kyuryo, you say kyoryo. Yeah. So it's a problem with Japanese learners like they see this word and then they will pronounce like kyoryo. By the way, kyoryo means dinosaur. So there was a joke lah on TikTok reels or Instagram reels. So basically you ask the boss, it's like 老板 how do you say boss? Boss 私の恐竜は then the person is like what 恐竜 what dinosaur so it's a bit funny lah the reel. Then after that then the person, it was a big misunderstanding, he was just asking for his 恐竜. Yeah, so 恐竜 and 恐竜 is two different things. Okay, 恐竜 is celery, 恐竜 is dinosaur, so please don't ask for your dinosaur. Okay, next, I think everything else, okay, 体 also pronunciation a bit off. 体 right, 体に気をつけてください. Right. The others I think is okay. Yeah. So the more important ones I point out already lah. Okay. Okay, there's lesson 5 vocabulary. I'm still thinking whether we want to start on this one. Should we? When we finish this one, then we leave 9:30. Okay, just repeat after me. Lesson 5 vocabulary. Your mother is here? Are your parents here? Yeah, if not, we continue.
Not yet.
Not yet, then we continue. Okay, lesson 5 vocabulary. Repeat after me. Me,
Me,
mimi,
Mimi,
hana,
Hana,
Right, remember the first lesson I told you guys, right? Hana is flower, right? Hana is nose. Okay, next. Kuchi,
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 ha,
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 te,
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 ashi, ashi,
Ashi,
kubi,
Kubi,
kubi, atama,
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 onaka,
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 karada,
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 shippo,
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 se,
Se,
se.
Se,
So se is like height lah. So usually, if you want to talk about a person's height, right, a person is tall. We don't say takai. We have to say se ga takai. You have to specify that the person is height. You're talking about the height. If you say that the for example, Sean is takai, then people will think, oh, Sean is expensive. Okay? So it's a bit, you need to say that, oh, his height is tall, then we have to say se ga takai. So this is where se will come in. Okay, se. Next one. Zo,
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 kirin,
Li,
kirin,
Kiri,
wani,
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 usagi,
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 gokiburi,
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 akachan,
Akachan,
akachan.
Akachan,
Okay, tennis,
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 guitar,
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 okane,
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 benkyo,
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 nagai,
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 mijikai,
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 marui,
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 itai,
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 hoshi,
Hoshi,
hoshi.
Hoshi,
For this majime, I will cancel the word fu lah. So I think don't learn the fu version first. Okay, just majime na, majime na.
Majimena,
Okay, the
Majimena,
so the word fu just becomes not serious. So it just add the word not. So you can see the first the Chinese character 不真面目. So basically the 不 is like who. That means like it's the opposite lah. So I think you can just ignore the fu for now. Just learn majime, it will be fine. Okay, majime na.
Majimena,
Okay, next, skina,
Skina,
skina.
Skina,
Right, I never pronounce the sukina. It's not su. The u is silent. Just skina.
Skina,
Kiraina,
Kiraina,
kiraina.
Kiraina,
上手な、
Jozuna,
上手な。
Jozuna,
下手な、
Hetana,
下手な。
Hetana,
が、
Ga,
が。
Ga,
Right, so that will be the end of lesson 5 vocabulary. So basically, today's homework will be just the lesson 1 and 2, which is page 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the last page of page 4, they have the conversation, page 30 or something. That one is referring to lesson 1 conversation and then lesson 2 conversation. That's for the extra worksheet that you guys have. Right, so please complete that by tomorrow. Try your best. And then tomorrow we'll go through the answers for the lesson 1 and 2. Okay, so today we'll end half an hour earlier, so hopefully you'll rest well. I'll see you guys tomorrow again. I'll try to end earlier tomorrow as well. Okay, thank you very much.